180!
First leg, it's Adrian throwing first, game on.
So it's the man from Stoke to throw first in the first leg, and he's straight in at the treble 20. And again, looking for the maximum. In fact, he's come down and hit the single 19. Always gets incredible support on the European Tour, even better than in his home country, Adrian Lewis. And sometimes he's struggled to deal with that. He doesn't know why they're not booing.
I know, it's such a shame back home when he gets booed, and I don't know why, because he's such a nice young man. There's no malice in him at all. You know, he's a larger-than-life character, and but he gets a great reception here in Europe, and good, because he deserves it. You know, as someone with that talent, we should rejoice the talent and not put it down.
Moving across and adjusting well to find that treble 18.
Nice two in from this young man.
140.
As I said, no one is not a brilliant player that qualifies for these, I can assure you. And there's AD in there again. He's going to go for 18s. Leaves him 36. Absolute brilliant darts off the mark from AD Lewis.
Yeah,
if he keeps this up, it could be incredible.
Yeah, on for a 13 darter, Adrian Lewis.
40.
What a way to start
36.
the evening session. And there it is, 13 darts for Adrian Lewis, 1-0 up. And it looks like the two-time world champion has turned up.
Yeah, we used to say in the early days, what Adrian Lewis is going to turn up, the brilliant one or the one that kind of goes off the boil too much. But,
55.
you know, as he's got older, he's learnt the trade, I suppose you could call it. And he knows now how to stay focused. You know, he still goes off the boil at times, we know that, but everybody
59.
does. The only person who doesn't is actually Phil Taylor. Everyone else has bad legs. But he knows how to get over those bad legs now. He doesn't get frustrated with them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his schooling as well. I mean, obviously, Phil took him under his wing in the early stage of his career, and then he went out on his own, but then Keith Deller was working with him, and, you know, it helped him towards those World Championship wins. But he's very much his own man now and knows his game, knows what it takes, and seems to be able to produce consistently.
Well, you know, if you don't go forward in the game and you have people help you or going to give you advice, you know, some of the advice doesn't work for you. But you have to know how to sieve through the advice that is good for you and work on that. And certainly AD has done that. And a far better player for it. A more mature player now than the young man.
Well, Michael Hurtz has qualified for a couple of
47.
European Tour events, a couple in Germany. He'd actually made the second round of one of them. That was where he'd beaten the Dutchman Richard van Zijtveld
66.
before he lost to Peter Wright, 6-3. He's looking at 160 here. He will have 6 darts with Lewis back on 176.
Yeah, that was a real bad visit from Adrian. He hit the treble 20 plumb first dart, and he hit a 1 and a 6, which didn't leave him on a double. But, you know, if he sets it up here, he's forcing Hurtz, which he will do, big 16, brilliantly. What that does, it puts so much pressure on your opponent. If AD had only hit 320s, it's a little bit easier to take this ton out. So now, we'll see. That looks like it's in. I know, I thought that was in. He's gone 2 double tops there. So AD comes to the board for a 2-0 lead, double top, in very quick time.
Chasing it round the board, double 5, just misses outside. And Michael Hurtz will be back. You can bet AD Lewis would have gone for 2 double tops in his position in the previous visit. Just needs the 1 now to level the match up, 1 apiece. This is high, but plenty of room to come in. Touch at the first dart, 1 apiece.
Yeah, AD should have had that leg.
58.
3 clear darts at a double. And, you know, with any of these players, you can't mess around with them too much. You give them chances, they're going to take it. They're experienced. Been playing regular at this sort of standard or just under this standard. So, you know, and people don't seem to be scared so much now, Dan. You know, they're not scared of you. The big name doesn't matter. But AD thought that was going to be the second.
Threatened the maximum a couple of times, AD Lewis, without finding it. You just feel it's only a matter of time before he starts rattling those in. You always feel like that with Adrian Lewis. Certainly the crowd's livened up from the afternoon session. A few more in. Big names on the way.
57.
Well, he lost to Phil in that match play and hit 19 180s and lost. I mean, that's incredible. If you said to me, someone hit 19 180s, you think they won or lost, you're obviously going to say they must have won.
Yeah, that match play final was right up there in Blackpool in some of the greatest games of all time as Adrian Lewis, well, you felt that was going to follow it in as well, but another 140, it's solid stuff. But yeah, something else that final. I think AD was averaging 104, 105 and still got beaten. It's just otherworldly.
Well, that just shows you how consistent Phil Taylor is.
Yeah, he is quite good. As AD Lewis looks at 106, first one in the trebles, that sets it up nicely. And looking for double 18, doesn't find it. But Michael Hurtz has got a big one himself.
Well, it was interesting that AD deliberately left the 36. He hit that in the first leg. The topsers, which is normally his favourite, he missed 3 darts at it. So, be interesting to see if he pins this. Oh, and then the double 9 switch is not a great switch. But he finds the double 9, settles it down. Be interesting now to see, Dan, what double he actually leaves. Because he missed the double top and he deliberately left that double 18. So perhaps he's going to start switching on them doubles.
Yeah, if you nail it a couple of times, you do feel more confident on it. Seems an obvious thing to do, but you do mention that tricky switch from 18 to 9.
60.
Many players do come a cropper on it.
Likes his fishing as well, 80. Very keen fisherman.
59.
Likes to relax around the bank, which is good contrast to the high pressure of playing darts all the time and on the road. I mean, to be fair to all the dart players, the last 2 months has been an absolute gruel from Championship League darts out to Ireland, back to Crondon again, and then off to Killarney, back to Crondon, now to here. So, you know, it has been a grueling 2 months.
I did see the PDC had a bit of a fishing day out, I understand, that AD was part of.
We
Don't
did.
think he won it.
60.
Well, Darren Webster won it. I'd just like to say I hooked a big fish at the end and got timed out, which weren't very happy about. Cost me 2nd place, but I didn't cry too much over it.
Not bitter at all.
140.
140, and Michael Hurtz acquitting himself pretty well. Hanging in there, and he's certainly on his own throw, but Adrian Lewis, again, just missing out on the 180s.
145.
Well, I would have laid money that that 3rd one was going to go in the treble. It was so big for it to go in. So will he stay on them 20s? He's staying on the 20s, perhaps a 25 now. Oh, no, well, that's a brilliant ton. So 80's now got to take this out.
That's a perfect way to do it. 10 for double top. And straight in, 107 checkout for Adrian Lewis. And there's a bit of daylight between these two now.
Yeah, that was a killer punch. You know, Michael, he left double top, thinking, oh, I'll get another shot, and AD Lewis steps up. It was interesting to see he left the double top there deliberately and hit it first dart. So, you know, any indifference in his head about the double top is forgotten completely now.
100.
Sneaking one into the treble there, Michael Hurtz.
$77.
We say it so often, you know, it is just getting over the line on this first match. You know, although all the games here are best of 11, the first one's always the edgy one. It don't matter how good you've been practicing on that, you know, in that practice room. It's totally different as soon as you walk on the stage. And then when you get over that first game, you think, right, I'm on a run now. Now I know what's going on. I'm okay. But I don't know anybody that's not edgy for the first game.
Yeah, the winner of this one awaits the winner of another Stoke versus a European qualifier clash. That's Andy Hamilton against Davy Vercoyen. That's a 3rd game on this evening on the main stage here. Did mention at the top of the show, huge names we've got coming up. Van Gerwen, Barney and Whitlock. I can only imagine how noisy the crowd's going to be for those three.
AD require 93.
Well, treble 17 now, treble 19, sorry, that leaves double 18. Now the double 9, this time he's missed both. But Hurtz, a long way off, at least 6 darts, so 80 will come back for that double 9.
Well, a good bit of pressure from Michael Hurtz. Adrian Lewis, it's an awkward 118. Not when you throw like that, though. 4-1 up, and the two-time world champion is looking good for a place in the second round.
Yeah, I always say a player that can hit double 9 like that is on form, to be quite honest. I used to hate it. And I honestly don't know anybody that does like the double 9. It's just the way it is, like the double 5, I suppose. You know, to get down to them doubles, you've already missed darts at doubles, so you don't leave them very often.
100.
Lewis does have a European Tour event title under his belt as Michael Hurtz looks to fill him up. It would have been the first 180 of the game. In the 6th leg, when you're playing Adrian Lewis, if you're going to pick the first one up in the 6th leg, you'd think you might not be 4-1 down.
134.
Good darts from the man from Stoke there, though.
Yeah, he's looking very casual, and he looking relaxed. You know, the demeanour is very good for 80. It looks like he's in a good place at the moment. And when you're there, you know, that's just showing the confidence he's got in his own ability at the moment. Surely he can't miss this now. No, at last, we've got the first 180. Something for the crowd to really shout about. And Adrian just acknowledges the crowd. He probably said, that's only the first one.
180 require 87.
Right, 80 looking for a potential 11 dart leg here. And it's on. And he's got it. Impressive stuff. 5-1.
7th leg is 80 for Robin first.
I think Adrian Lewis may feel this is in the bag.
Well, he's over 100 average now. Just with these darts, he's gone over the 108. Well, the second 180 in 3 throws for 80 Lewis. I think we'll see his average up to 100 now.
125.
Well, that's strange. You never very often see his first 9 dart average. Are we on a 9 darter here? Yes, we are on a 9 darter. And this will lift the roof off if Adrian Lewis can take this out. We had 4 in the Champions League darts, 1 in Killarney by Wes Newton last week. Can 80 set this tournament alight?
Audible groans around the stadium here.
57.
6 perfect darts from Adrian Lewis. Acknowledges the crowd. It would have been some way to finish it. It's like he's just getting going here, Rod. The crowd would want him to stay on all night if he carries on playing like this. He's just getting better.
He is, Dan. Yeah, he's got improved throughout the game. Doesn't need to go for the bullseye route. He's going to come back with 3 darts and a double to finish this off. And it's been a quick time, Adrian Lewis. Poor Michael Hurtz has been put under the gun literally from that first leg.
Yeah, it's been pretty good stuff from Adrian Lewis, and double top seals it. A 6-1 win, an average of over 100 there. And Adrian Lewis is into the second round with a minimum of fuss.
180.